I'm hoping this looks a little bit better. I do not know what I'm doing, hence the name. I never know what I'm doing, really. I just be living life, y'all. Trying to, I don't know, come up with something special. Okay, this is Clueless Nelly. Saying hello and coming to spread my 2 cents, although I don't know much. Okay, so I've been thinking about racism a lot lately. There's a lot of stuff going in the news, and I'm all about finding ways to forgive people that have hurt you. And I have found that in most cases, the best way to do it is to try to find a common ground or try to understand the other side and understand what they're going through. And so this is me attempting to understand racism or racist in general. When it comes to white people against black people, because I'm black, and that's who I am working on forgiving. Even though honestly, I'm such an objective person that I don't really get super upset about stuff like this, but I felt like maybe this could help other people, or it could really piss everybody off. I don't know which one. We're gonna go on it anyway. I think is when I'm thinking about racism and how long it's been going on in this country, I think at first that if you can think of racism as in the person that was owning slaves back in the day, they felt like they were in their rights to do what they did to black people, and it was widespread normal to them. Like they were, I mean, I'm sure somewhere deep down inside of them, they realized it was wrong, but it was widely accepted. It was very widely accepted. And I'm skipping around a bit, but I always think of it as like a battered wife and her husband. Like when a battered husband beats up his wife, he later blames her. You made me do it, right? Okay, so slaves did what they did. They you know, ripped people from families. They treated people like cattle, and I think in order to cope, because everybody is the hero in their own story, they painted a picture in their heads that black people were immoral, dangerous, and weren't anything better than animals, to kind of help justify why they did what they did. And I think that that mindset traveled down centuries of generations. When kids are in living situations that are abusive, they either are abused or become abusers. Think about even like cigarette smoke. If your parents are cigarette smokers, there's a tendency for those people when they grow up to also be smokers and drinkers. Like in my sense, my parents nor smoked or drank, and I don't do either one of those either. Think about religion. Religion's the same way. If your parents were a Christian, you're probably a Christian. If your parents didn't have any kind of religion, you probably don't have any kind of religion, because your thought process comes from your parents, and most people don't really deviate that much. Okay, so think about it that way. So you have a people that treated another group of people horribly, and then eventually justified that by saying these people are animals, they're dangerous, they're immoral, and then they continually put that information down from generation to generation to generation. So it is very easy to become a racist in that environment. And even though our life is changing and the way we think is changing, and more people are more liberal, it is a very difficult thing to break a cycle. It is very difficult, very, very difficult. So you can't, I'm not saying that you can't blame them, but change is hard. And if you have somebody, if you've been taught this and your parents have been taught that going against your parents is difficult, it takes a really strong person to object their parents in any kind of way. So I'm not saying that it's not impossible, but what I'm saying is I believe that this is a situation that is going to continue to get better. I think that racists will eventually completely phase out. I think that we can continue to grow together. and hope that we can show them, all races, how wrong their parents were and their parents, and that Black people have the ability to love and to be as intelligent and as moral as they are, and that we're not a bunch of animals. As time goes by, we are going to get better. They will get better. Racism will continue to phase out, and there will be a day where none of this is going to be an issue. We just have to continue to show the truth, which is that we are no more immoral than they are, and we are no more intelligent or unintelligent as they are. And the more that they see that, the more that they see us being kind, loving, and compassionate and intelligent, that they will slowly realize that that was all a bunch of hooey. Anyway, okay. So, what else do I have to say? So, I'd like to say, and this also is probably where a lot of the police brutality stems from, is being taught generation through generation through generation that Black people are dangerous. And of course, this is no one's real fault, well, except for maybe the slave owners. But again, it was just so widely accepted. They did what they were doing, and people, it's all a really unfortunate circumstance. And I know that this is probably going to upset people, but understand that I'm coming from a place of love and compassion for everyone involved, including Black people, because I really do care about your emotional well-being, because this is actually a good way to forgive others, and forgiveness is so important. When you are angry at people, it goes into your soul and it festers, and it can turn you into a really hateful, upset person, and we don't want that. And it's so much lighter to have love and joy in your heart. And I sound very woo-woo, but I believe that. And I think that if we can show love, that we are on our way to a better world. And again, the more you show how angry you are, it really honestly adds fuel to the idea that we're all dangerous. And do I believe that we need to placate them? Not necessarily, but finding love for the people that hurt you is important for your soul, for your emotional well-being, for your heart. And I believe that this will eventually fix everything, because love conquers all, as corny as that sounds. So please comment and let me know what you think. And yeah, I think that's all I got to say. So until next time, bye.